He didn't even look at it, just crumpled the wrapping paper, lifted the small wooden box, and tossed it into the trash. "It's cute," he said, like he was talking to a child's art project. "But I wanted something real this year." Our daughter laughed. "You can't beat Dad's new wife, Mom." The word new hit harder than it should have. I smiled. Tight, thin. Guess not. He kissed the girl on his phone screen goodnight before sitting back down at the table. I didn't say a word, just picked the box out of the trash. I met him when he was broke. He had one pair of good shoes and a dream that depended on someone else believing in him. That someone was me. I believed in him when no one else did. I helped him design his first furniture line, sanded the edges, mixed stains, hand-finished the prototypes until my fingers blistered. He took them to a trade show with his name carved in gold across the tag. When the orders came in, he said, "We're a team." When the money followed, he said, "You should stay home. You've earned a rest." I thought that was love. I didn't know it was erasure. The first sign wasn't lipstick or perfume. It was distance. He stopped asking for my opinion, stopped calling me his muse. Then the texts got shorter, colder, busy, later, can't talk. One night I saw a message light up his phone, "Can't wait for tomorrow, my real gift." The timestamp was our anniversary. I didn't cry, not once. I just sat there and stared at those words until they stopped meaning anything. Then I thought, if he wants something real, I'll give him something he can't fake. I spent the next few weeks quietly, observing, listening, learning. He'd been bragging about this upcoming exhibit, the next chapter of his design career. Every piece was original, he said, authentic, his evolution. I knew better. Half those sketches were mine, drawn years ago on napkins, on the backs of receipts. He'd kept them, claimed them. So I started carving again, alone. Late at night, in the workshop he forgot I built, the same one where his empire was born. The piece I made was small, deceptively so, a jewelry box. Hand-cut mahogany, brass inlay, sealed with resin that caught the light like trapped fire. The pattern was familiar, intimate, the same design I'd once carved into the first prototype we made together, the one that made his career. This time I added one difference. On the underside, where the eye wouldn't see, I engraved 3 initials, mine, our daughter's, and his, entwined, burned into the grain like a scar. When I was done, I called an old contact, a gallery owner who'd once begged to showcase my work before my husband convinced me I wasn't ready. She took one look at the box and went silent. Then she called it transcendent. By the end of the week, it was front and center in the exhibit. Anonymous artist. Found object. Price tag, $170,000. It sold in 2 days to a private collector, my husband's largest competitor. A few weeks later, he saw it. We were at his gallery opening, all white walls and wine glasses, him beaming in his tailored suit. Then his smile faltered. He froze mid-sentence, eyes fixed on a magazine cover displayed on a side table. There it was, my box, my design, our story repackaged as art. The caption read, "The lost work of an unnamed artisan, a love letter turned masterpiece." I watched the recognition crawl across his face like rot. He leaned closer, fingers twitching. "That's beautiful," I said. He turned to me, searching. "Where did they find that?" I shrugged. "In the trash, maybe?" He blinked. Once, twice. Then the color drained from his face. He excused himself, walked out back, and stayed gone for 15 minutes. When he returned, he couldn't meet my eyes. That was the moment he understood. Every lie he built his life on had been carved from my hands. And now the world finally saw it, not with his name, but mine, hidden beneath the surface, where it always belonged. Later, when the gallery lights dimmed and the last guests left, he tried to talk, said he'd made mistakes, that he missed us, that the new wife wasn't what he thought she'd be. I listened, quietly. Then I stood, brushed past him, and whispered, "You wanted something real. Congratulations, you're living it." The next morning, the collector released the artist's name publicly, under my maiden name. My inbox filled within hours. Commissions, interviews, exhibitions. He called that night. I let it ring. Now, sometimes, I see my box on display in photos online. People call it the resurrection piece. They say you can feel the story behind it. Love, loss, something that burns but doesn't fade. They're right. Every inch of that wood remembers the hands that built it, the same hands that built him, the same hands that buried him, quietly, beautifully, and with absolute precision. I